Well, hello and welcome to Mofo Rc Garage. Today we have the new batch of Nano Beasts, the A1211-2700 kV, as opposed to the A1209-2500 kV. Main difference being that the new motor is a slightly revised version. It is a 2mm longer stator, as well as just a little bit bigger windings in the motor. Should generate a little bit more speed and a little bit more torque than the previous version. Plus, I've noticed, for whatever reason, the new one is actually even smoother than previous. Just when feeling the actual magnet turn here, when you're kind of hold it stationary and turn the outer can, you can actually notice that there is a feeling of more smoothness. I don't know if that is a word or thing, but something about the older one, you might even be able to see it when I turn this. You can see how it kind of jitters a little when I turn the older one. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, I don't know. Versus the new one, which just generally feels smoother and softer to turn, which should equal a smoother startup even than before. So if we can kind of go in for a little close-up here, I'll try to get an actual size comparison of the two next to each other. And it's not a huge difference. They're the same exact diameter. The difference just being, let me see if I can get this thing, there we go. The difference being that the actual stator on the inside of the new one is 2mm wider. As well as a little bit bigger windings on the inside to generate a little bit more kV, a little bit more speed than the original one. And something else that's really nice, the wires have now been epoxied to the mount. So hopefully that will lead to less breakage than the old one, where you just had the wires kind of going in there whenever people would be installing them, and they'd wiggle the wires back and forth too many times, and it would end up could actually break the inside wires there that go into the windings. So it should be a little bit more robust, a little bit less prone to heat, smoother startup, a little bit faster, and more torque. What else is there not to love about all of those things? Here is one installed in the Mofo Rc Ugly chassis. This is the carbon fiber AF. You can see how it fits in there. Still fits just perfectly right there. Kind of sticks out the side a little bit. Here's one installed in a stock chassis. Just kind of sitting in there chilling. Does not touch anything. All the clearances are good. Everything is good to go. These are both running the Furatech Lizard Pro. That one is just sitting on top of the stock ESC. This one over here is in the little box that I designed for the Furatech Lizard Pro and the Furatech Avatar. Let's see if I can find my remote. There we are. I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration on the low speed startup and maybe a little bit of a top speed on 2S. These motors should be fine on 3S as well, but one of those time will tell type of things. The Nano Beast does tend to run kind of hot compared to some of the bigger motors like the Komodo, but it's doing a lot of work. This truck especially, this truck's real heavy. This has brass axles, brass skid plate, steering links, brass knuckles, pretty much everything, plus the wheels are heavy. These are the UPW wheels on here with the standard rings, and plus 3mm hubs, so you can kind of see the wheels stick out pretty good from the sides with the plus 3mm hubs on the UPWs or the DDPs. Let's see if we can see in there a little. And you can see the motor moving real low and slow. And you could actually, the slower you can pull the trigger, the slower this thing will go till it's almost not even realized that it's moving. Let's pick it up a little bit here. Just go ahead and hit the gas. It is pretty close to the speed of a stock scx24. Maybe just a hair slower when running on the 2S. Probably just a little bit faster when running on 3S than the stock scx24 would be for reference. And you can sit and just kind of chill, hang out. Kick back, set your throttle, and just walk off and go find yourself a cold beverage or something while you wait. By the time you get back, it would have only moved a couple inches. Very good low-speed control. Not too much noise. They will get quieter whenever I do get the nylon gears in stock, which might sound like a bit of a downgrade from running the 2 brass gears that it's running now, but the nylon gears are going to make it a whole lot quieter than running the 2 brass gears with the transfer gear system that it has now in it. So let's go ahead. You can kind of hear the gear whine when it's driving. Tons of power. And it will not cog. So far I have not had this motor to cog at all. Even when going pretty much as slow as you can with the tire folding into the fender, it still will not start cogging. It will just keep trying to move. So do be careful with this and realize if you get in a bind, you're probably going to break something in the drivetrain because this motor is super strong on the low end. And we can watch it with the lid off here. There you have it. This is the Mofo Rc Nano Beast. This is the 2.0 motor, just a little bit bigger than the last one. A little bit more power, a little bit faster, a little bit better made. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good night. Love ya.